What's up, everybody? I'm back, and this is a video response to Killer Rodan's Remakes Are a Disease. Alright, I don't even know how he gets that, because yes, some remakes are bad, but there are a lot of good ones out there. And so I got all my DVDs. I got the original DVDs I have and the remakes I have. I'm going to show you, and then I'll talk about the ones I've seen both. I'm only going to talk about the ones I've seen both, because I can't compare if I haven't seen one or the other. So I'll start with all my originals. I got the original Amityville Horror from 1979. The original Friday the 13th from 1980. The original Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween from 1974, I think. I think it was 1974. 78. Alright, I got the original George A. Romero's Day of the Dead from 1985. I got the original George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead from 1968. Now I got this one is the 1981 version of My Bloody Valentine and the 1986 version of April Fool's Day, both the originals. I got the 1958 version of War of the Worlds, 1953 version, and I got the 76 version of the Bad News Bears original. Alright, so those are all the original movies I have. Now we'll go on to the remakes I got. I got When a Stranger Calls, House of Wax, The Wicker Man, Fog, Assault on Precinct 13, I Am Legend, which is I've heard it was a remake to Omega Man. I haven't seen Omega Man, so I'm not really sure, but that's just what I heard, so I want to put that in there. Hills Have Eyes, Halloween, Friday the 13th, The Amityville Horror, Day the Earth Stood Still, this is the original and the remake, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Alright. Alright. Alright, so first one I'll talk about is the Bad News Bears. The original is way better than the new one. The new one starring Billy Bob Thornton and a bunch of other kids and stuff. But alright, so the Bad News Bears, the 76 version is way better than the remake. That remake was horrible, and I don't think they should have made it because this one was just way better to me. I like the remake. Now, if you see the remake and you don't see the original, you'll probably like it because that's what I did. I liked the remake when I saw it in theaters, and then I got this one in the remake for Christmas. I watched this one, ended up liking this one a whole lot better. And so if you've seen the remake and you like it, watch this, and you probably won't like the remake anymore. So definitely check out the original Bad News Bears if you have not seen it. Alright. The next one we'll talk about is a double feature, Bloody Valentine and April Fool's Day. Okay, I haven't seen the remake of April Fool's Day, but I don't think it went to theaters. I think it's a B movie, but I'll have to check it out anyway. Alright, My Bloody Valentine, I like the remake a lot better. They did a great job with 3D. Jensen Ackles, who played in he plays in Smallville, Supernatural, he played in the movie Devour, and it also stars the guy that played in Final Destination. I don't know his name, but I really need to get that DVD because I really enjoyed that movie a lot. I like the original. It was an alright movie, but the remake was just so much better in my opinion. So that one, I mean, watch them both, but the remake's way better. So if you haven't seen the remake, definitely check that one out. Alright. The next one I got is The War of the Worlds. Now this remake was completely horrible. I just hated it so much from the first time I saw it in theaters. Tom Cruise did a horrible job, and it was just a horrible movie altogether. I hated it so much. And it was the same thing with Bad News Bears. I hadn't seen this one, but I got them both for Christmas for some reason, even though I hated the new one. Traded in the new one and kept this one because this one was way better. if you've seen the new one with Tom Cruise, definitely go back and watch this one because this one is way freaking better, and I don't even understand why they remade this movie. It was just so good. So definitely check out the original 1953 version, 58 version, 53 version of War of the Worlds. So much better than the new one. Okay, the next movie I got is George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. Okay, now this one was way better than the remake. The remake I didn't like at all. I watched it because it had Sid Haig in it from the Devil's Rejects and House of Thousand Corpses and Halloween, and he's done a couple other movies I've seen. But yeah, I only watched it because he was in it, and he played the I guess the caretaker of the funeral of the graveyard and stuff. But I don't know. But this movie was just so much better. The one thing I did like about the remake was the beginning of how they showed the original, this version, on the TV and like kind of compared it to the regular version. I like how they did the beginning of that movie, but the rest of it was just horrible. I mean, for 1990, yeah, the gore effects were good and the makeup was good and stuff, and I mean, it was an alright, and Tom Savini did an alright job with it. But compared to this one, I just love this one so much, and it was way better. This one, even though it's in black and white, but black and white just makes it all that much better to me. So I definitely like this one a lot more. So definitely check out this one if you haven't seen it. All right. Alright, these next three I have the remakes of, so I'll just start with this one. Alright, these remakes. Alright, first one I'll talk about is Texas Chainsaw, which is one movie I don't have the original for, and this I love them both. I really, really like the old one, and I'm gonna get the original, I think 74 version on the 2-disc steelbook that was just released recently, because it was a really good movie. I watched it, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I hope to get that soon. I'm gonna watch the second one and third one. I've already seen the fourth one. The fourth one was freaking horrible with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. I just hated that movie so much. I didn't like it at all. But I really love this version and so the old one, and I also like the second one. But I'll do a whole review on Texas Chainsaw later. So definitely check out this one if you haven't seen it because it's the directed by Marcus Nispel, who also directed the new Friday 13th, and he also directed Pathfinder. And I heard he was going to do Conan the Barbarian, which should be really good because he's a pretty good director. So, I mean, definitely check out Texas Chainsaw if you have not seen it. If you haven't seen the original, check it out. If you haven't seen this one, check it out because I love them both. All right. Okay, so the next one I have, I'll do these two. I have both the Amityville Horrors. Okay, so I saw this one first, and I really love this movie. Ryan Reynolds and Melissa George did a freaking great job in this movie, and it was just a really great movie. And I know this is a Michael Bay film. So is the Texas Chainsaw. So is I think Friday 13th. He's doing all the remakes or whatever. But this one was really good. This one I didn't care for too much. It was just boring to me. It's like 2 hours long. This one's like an hour and a half. And this one shows you what you need to know. This one just kind of goes overboard with it. So I mean, definitely check out this one. I like this one way better. And I mean, but if you want to see the original, it's worth watching, I guess. Or if you can get it really cheap. I bought it really cheap. So I'd be pissed if I paid a lot for it. But yeah, this one was way better. I love the remake a lot more than the original with Ryan Reynolds. Next one I'll talk about are Friday 13th. I got the original and the new one. I like the original better just because I love the whole 80s feel to it. The new one, Marcus Nispel did a really great job, and it's definitely worth having in my collection. And I like it because sometimes I'm in the mood to watch an older movie from 70s or 80s like this. And other times I'm in the mood to watch a newer slasher like this, the Texas Chainsaw, so I like having them both in my collection. But I like the first one a lot better. Alright, and the next one. Alright, and now Killer Rodan really pissed me off with this one. I mean, I know it's his opinion and everything, but it's wrong. So, I mean, I respect his opinion and everything, but I don't know how he could say this about this movie. And it's Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween. Now, this movie makes my top 5. Now, I do like this one better than the original, but I saw this one first. Now, the original, at first I didn't care too much for it the first time I watched it, but it's kind of growing on me. So, I mean, I like them both. I got a 2-disc Max edition, and I got a 2-disc of this one. But this one was just so good, and Rob Zombie did such a great job with it. I don't understand how you didn't like this, if you didn't like this. I mean, it was a great movie. Rob Zombie he is a he is one of the best directors I've seen, and definitely one of the top horror directors ever. So, I mean, that's what I thought of all the remakes and stuff. So, leave me a video response or a comment telling me what you think of remakes.